Hello all. Today I'm going to show you a quick hack on how to make pasta sauce that anybody would think that you spent quite a while making it. Normally I make my pasta sauce always fresh. I even have a video showing you guys how to make fresh marinara from fresh tomatoes. But today I want to do something that's going to show you something real quick on how to get some chicken parmesan with pasta, and the sauce, it was cooked all day. So let's get started. Here I have some flaxseed. And what I'm making here is I'm making the tofu chicken. So I have the flaxseed here. Here I have Italian breadcrumbs. Make sure the ones you get are vegan. They don't have any dairy in it. And here is the tofu. So I'm going to start by breaking up the tofu. You could break it into random shapes. I actually had this tofu frozen. So random shaped tofu. Make it as thin or as thick as you like. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to dunk this into the flaxseed egg. Strip off all the excess. And then I'm going to put it into my breadcrumbs. You guys can make your own breadcrumbs too, simply by just putting some bread in the toaster, toasting it up, and putting it in either your blender or your food processor, and you get your crumbs. So if you ever find yourself without breadcrumbs at the last minute, don't freak out. You can easily make your own. Okay. So there's that piece. Okay, I'm going to do the next piece. I already have water on the stove boiling for the pasta. Well, it's not boiling yet, but got it on the stove because that's usually the longest to take, waiting for the water to boil. Okay, I'm going to finish these up. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator, and then we're going to throw our sauce together. Here I have jar pasta sauce. What I'm going to do, this is leftover from what I had. I don't really need all that much because it's just me, but if you're making a larger batch of sauce, use the whole jar. So I'm going to add that. And what else I'm also going to do, and right now I have this on low so it doesn't start splashing everywhere as it cooks. I'm going to just splash some water around in the jar. Pour that right in there. Next, I have a can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to put in there. Now, you could dice up your own tomatoes and put them in there. You could also use a can of tomato sauce if you don't have the diced tomatoes or crushed tomatoes. So we're going to add that in there. And I'm just going to splash some water around the can a little bit, like I did with the jar sauce. And now we're going to doctor up this sauce. I'm going to add just a few little ingredients to it. And you're going to see, it's as if this is if you made it from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to add a little pepper flake. onion powder, about a tablespoon of onion powder, tablespoon of garlic powder. When you're making this, if you make it, you season your sauce up to taste how you like it. Okay. This is Italian seasoning, about a tablespoon of that. And I'm going to add some nutritional yeast. About a teaspoon, I guess, of the nutritional yeast, maybe a little more. So we're going to stir this up. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that the chicken parmesan doesn't have to go in the oven? We're going to do everything right here on the stove top. Now, since that jar sauce already had salt in it, I just tasted it. It doesn't need salt. But taste yours, because maybe you might feel it may need a little salt. But I can tell you right now, I could taste the seasonings that I just added to this. They're popping. Let's put a lid on this. Let it slow cook for just until we get the chicken fried up. So now we're going to add our tofu chicken carefully to the hot oil. Don't overcrowd the pan. You got them frying on medium high. Okay, so they're ready to be turned over. I'm going to take these out, put them on paper towels. And then I'm going to fry up the last of them. Okay guys, so everything, all the tofu chicken's fried up. I emptied out the oil that was in here. I emptied it out into another frying pan. Something that's not going to break if you pour hot oil into it. So here I'm going to add some good sauce. I got this frying pan on low. Right now it's on low. I'm going to start adding the tofu chicken back into the sauce. Add a little more sauce on top of the tofu chicken. And our pasta is done. So the time that it takes for water to boil and the pasta to cook, your tofu chicken and your sauce is done. So it's quick. It's a quick meal. And I'm going to add, yes, this is the provolone. My mozzarella is still frozen. The one that I make, it's frozen, and I didn't have any mozzarella that was store-bought, but the provolone is just as good. I'm going to top that with the provolone cheese. I'm going to add a little sauce on top, just a little bit. Okay. Let's put a lid on that. I'm actually going to add about a tablespoon of water to the bottom of the frying pan. Okay, just so the sauce doesn't burn on the bottom. There we go. So we're going to let this, once all that cheese is melted, we can eat. Okay, guys. Oh. There it is. It's going to serve up some of the pasta. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I was out of gluten-free pasta because I've been trying to watch my gluten intake. So, a little pasta here. And here's our sauce. Took just minutes to make. Some of that pasta, and now let's turn this off. Let's get into chicken parm. Okay, it's just beautiful. Let's add a little more sauce. This literally took just minutes to make. I say maybe 20 minutes. It was by the time the water was done boiling and the pasta was put in and the pasta was cooked, by that time everything was ready to be plated. So it took about 20 minutes to do this, make this meal. And it tastes delicious. You didn't think it was jar sauce. And you add those extra tomatoes and your Italian seasonings, and it tastes like you made it yourself. It doesn't taste like it came out of a jar. This is just something you want to do for yourself for a quick meal. Have something nourishing to, put in your stomach. And you could freeze this and throw it in the microwave, whenever you're ready to eat it. And it's amazing how you get that chicken parmesan taste. And you definitely, it's that essence of it. Right? It's so nostalgic. And it's a great thing that we can still have the things that we did before we became vegan. You're not missing anything by going vegan, guys. Especially nowadays with all the stuff that they have. It's very easy to do. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please try the recipe. Let me know what you think. Please give the video a thumbs up. Share it. Have your friends subscribe. Leave questions, leave answers. Leave questions, leave comments in the comment box. And have a great rest of your week. I love you guys and appreciate your support. Have an amazing day.